Okay, hello everybody. Good morning again, good afternoon again, good evening again. Welcome to our second and final live stream of today. We are on Microsoft Flight Simulator in the lovely Beechcraft King Air 350i. We are doing an IFR low altitude flight from Munich to Stuttgart. This is our route today. So we're going to take off. And then we're going to make this kind of a weird sort of get out here, and then we should kind of cruise around, and then we should start lowering our altitude in preparation for our LS approach into Stuttgart. So we will kind of skirt around Munich proper, the major downtown part, but anyway, so hopefully it's going to be a good flight. I don't anticipate any issues. Let's get in here and we'll get everything set up. We'll turn off that nasty weather. We don't want that today. So we'll get in here and get everything set up, and we will be airborne momentarily. And as a quick reminder, no train sim world tomorrow. We are starting at 6:30 my time, local, Eastern.
Froggy 237 altimeter 29.9 5 wind 0 8 at 12. Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left, Froggy 237.
Oh, thank you. Alright, let's change a few things. Let's get the weather to nice weather. First off, we are going to acknowledge this warning that always happens whenever I start up my get ready to take off. Make sure that's all set. That is. Alright, 8,000 feet is our expected altitude once we take off. Airborne. Take off airborne. It's all the same, it seems. Alright, just have a quick look around. Everything looks good. Our flaps are down in our takeoff position. Alright, let's get out of here. Plenty of runway here. We're not going to, definitely not going to need the whole length of it to get airborne. Right, we are. Go ahead and put on the autopilot and the nav.
Froggy 237, contact Munich Center on 120.65.
Corrector is
going to 120.65, Froggy 237. Munich Center, Froggy 237 is passing 2,500 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Froggy 237 Munich Center altimeter 29.9 to continue to DM 049 as planned. Froggy 237 keep speed not above 210 knots.
Keep speed not above 210 knots, Froggy 237.
I don't think that's going to be a problem right away. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad of a takeoff.
Center 1021, contact approach on 126.45. Good day. Lufthansa 1783, you are 29 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 8,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach via Bedos transition. Clear to Bedos. 126.455 for Sun Turk 1021. Climb and maintain 8,100 feet. Expect ILS runway
Well,
26
that wasn't
approach
too bad.
via
A little bit
transition, clear to
weird of a
Betos,
takeoff.
2017
It seemed like the plane was confused as far as our navigation markers, but
Munich Center Sunturk 1021 is passing 11,000 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Sunturk 1021 Munich Center altimeter 29.902 continue to DM 466 as planned. Sunturk 1021 contact approach on 126.455. Good day. 128.255 moves on the 1783.
so yeah, good flights I think planned for tomorrow in the A320. We will go from Frankfurt to Milan, Italy. We'll land there, and then we'll do a flight to from a airfield. We'll talk about that once we get to Stuttgart and land. We'll talk about tomorrow's flight from an airport near
Foggy 237 climb and maintain flight level 180. Keep speed not above 250 knots.
Climb and maintain flight level 180. Keep speed not above 250 knots. Froggy 237.
I kind of expected that. So we had the 17,500 was our expected cruise altitude, but they always rounded up. It
Munich
seems
Center
so.
Sunturk 1021 is at 11,100 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Sunturk 1021 Munich Center altimeter 29.902 continue to DM 465 as planned.
Got to 8,000 feet fairly quickly. That wasn't too bad.
Sunturk 1021 climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
Climb and maintain
Yeah, I even
12,000
wrote down in my
feet,
notes. It was
Sunturk
17,600 was the cruise altitude. I figured it was going to be 18,000.
Foggy 237
Is gonna
traffic
be our-
is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 12,300 feet generic. Report them in
Sure,
sight.
I see him.
Sunturk
Sure.
1021 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 9,400 feet. Beechcraft King Air. Report them in sight.
Froggy 237 have the generic in sight.
Sure, why not?
Sunturk 1021 have the traffic.
Quite quiet today in the chat. Unless somebody's lurking. Look, there's another flight. We were a little bit off the track there. Oh, we need to turn off the landing lights. We don't need those on. And we don't need the logo light on right now. Alright, D3 is our next marker, or next waypoint. That's the one we did there. There's our airport behind us there.
KLM 431 contact Vienna Center on 124.4. Good day. Sunturk 1021 contact approach on 126.455. Good day.
Going to 126.455 center 1021.
Going to 124.4 KLM 431.
Start way up there. So we should be, once we make our marker here, get to our waypoint here, D3, I think we should track to the right. On the southwesterly or almost westerly.
1021 is at 11,500 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Center 1021 Munich Center altimeter 29.902. Continue to DM 454 as planned.
Let's see which way we go here. Or do we go straight a little while longer? There's another one there. Then maybe we start tracking to the right. Slight right turn coming up. Already kind of started making a very... It's kind of strange. This is that weird sort of a zip through before we get to our cruising sort of
Going to
track.
124.4 Lufthansa 17906.
Then we'll go back to the left just a bit here. Almost at our cruising altitude. So we are on Munich. We are almost at 18,000 feet. And they ask that we do not go anything faster than 250 knots. So once we level off, we should start to kind of speed up just a bit. So we are going to, according to the flight plan or the path that I chose, we should go near, we won't be too far off from Zurich. We got those lovely mountains there in front of us. Of course, if we were going to go over those, we would need to climb up a little bit higher, I think, to about 25, 30,000 feet. Which I think we could handle no problem. Alright, let's see here. -5. Let's go ahead and put on the prop ice automatic. Just so that we have that available. A little bit chilly up here today, especially as we're climbing over the outskirts of these mountains. So don't want the props to freeze up. Alright, we are coming around on this track here. We got off track. Our next one is Lepso, which is 107 nautical miles away. That's the marker right there. And as we, so we're going to go Lepso, and then we're going to go over the next track. I think we're going to kind of make a lazy lefter, come back around, and then we're going to do kind of a box pattern going into Stuttgart to our runway. Got that lake down there. Just passed over that. Right there. Not sure what lake that is, but it looks really nice. I imagine it's very beautiful in the winter. Probably a little too cold for my taste, though. Gliding center, interesting. Looks like a pretty decent little, I don't know if it's a grass strip, maybe it is. Looks like a grass strip. That's one of those things that I think we're going to eventually implement into our flying, is we're going to start flying in and out of grass strips, but it won't be, we won't be having the ILS sort of stuff. We will be VFRing from little airport to little airport. Just kind of hop around one place to another. Try to visit some of these little picturesque areas in Europe. Do the same eventually in the UK and America and all over. Now, I had considered, I don't think I've got enough storage on my internal Xbox drive. I definitely need to add more space. I thought about downloading Forza Motorsport 7 and doing some racing. I think I did some early on when I started streaming, and it didn't seem like it went all that well. I don't know. Certainly, maybe Motorsports 8 comes out, which I think they're still working on. If that happens, then we can make some space and do some motorsport stuff as well as flying and driving trains. You'd have the planes, trains, and automobiles. We could fly, then we could take a train, and we can drive a race car. How about that? Quite quiet. Quite surprising, quite honestly. White and quiet. Two keywords that describe today. Quite quiet. I'm sure probably as we get closer to Lepso, that's when we'll see a sudden increase in viewers and chat. I guess I'll just talk to myself. one of the cool things, I guess I'll talk about this while we're just cruising along here, 18,000 feet. So Stuttgart, of course, is famous for the area known as Zuffenhausen is where Porsche's headquarters is located. And I do believe, I tried looking for it the other night, and I couldn't find it. And I'll have to see if I can't figure out a way to locate it. But that's where the Porsche Museum is in Stuttgart. And we can also, at some point, if we connect towns, so Zuffenhausen, of course, is very famous for Porsche. And then if you go to Salzburg, Austria, that's where the Porsche Salzburg team was located. The other works team, so to speak, that raced at Le Mans against the Gulf Porsche team. So there was, I think, a couple factory teams, but it always seemed that the Salzburg team was a bit more favored by the Germans than the Gulf team was, for whatever reasons. But we could do a flight from Stuttgart, I believe, down to near Salzburg, Austria at some point. I did try to find the area where the Ferrari factory is. I tried looking all over. There was nothing from the air. Now I would think that the Ferrari, I would think that they would have a sort of the prancing horse, the logo on top of the roof of the building, but I did not see it. Of course, I was looking at night, and so the nighttime sort of lights, I don't know if maybe it was lost in the detail or something, or maybe they just don't want, if they put that in, then maybe they would have to, it's a copyright issue or something. But I think I found it, but I'm not 100% sure. Back while we're cruising. The chat is quiet. Let's see. That is in Maranello. Okay, so I have to find Maranello. So we took a train to Marina. I gotta find Maranello. So if we did that, and then we flew to Monza also, or near Monza, I guess that would be a cool thing.
American 5, for contact Vienna Center on 124.4. Good day.
Well, this has been a pretty uneventful flight, thankfully. Just saw
124.4 for generic
Paderborn
854.
Air Base. I think that's probably a Luftwaffe Air Base there. Probably fly the Eurofighters out of there. The Typhoon. Since Germany is one of the partners in the Typhoon program. France and the UK are the three main partners that developed that. After the successful run of the Tornadoes, the Germans flew Tornadoes for quite some time, so did the Brits. I think the French did as well, but I'm not 100% certain. Love the Tornado. Very beautiful aircraft. I feel fortunate that I got to see some of them when I was in Afghanistan. Nothing else quite sounded like the Tornado at takeoff. Our F-16s did not sound anywhere near comparable to the Tornado, I can assure you. Now the cool thing that they have added military aircraft into Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I mean, what? It's not like you're flying like in DCS, I guess. You know, you're actually flying combat operations. You know, I think, I don't know. It sounds like that's what the intent is, but I don't get that sense with our you know, it's just more that you're just getting the opportunity to fly something like the oh, well, thank you. Okay, I got your message, thank you, appreciate that. You don't have to call me sir, I work for a living. So yeah, it's great that they have those, but actually doing a flight, I mean, I guess you could take off from one air base and go to another, and then just enjoy the fact that you're getting to fly a, you know, something like that. So. Yeah, we are on our way, getting closer to our point there. As we get closer to Lebso, we'll see the way the track's going to play out as far as the way we are going to enter into Stuttgart. So. This has been quite not a lot of drama in this flight, thankfully. That's okay. I'm okay with that. The less drama, the better. So. So, I don't know if that's like a German army base or if that's an American army base there that has, you know, maybe if it's like a helicopter unit or a small aircraft unit of some kind, maybe. Biberach on der Riss. Huh, interesting name for an airport. Der Riss.
Foggy 237 descent and main.
Oh.
Gain 10,000 feet.
0,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Froggy 237.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Normally it seems like we've had to make some of those decisions all on our own. That's the first. Maybe they've made some adjustments already. I just didn't know. Interesting.
Munich Center KLM 1655 is at flight level 390, descending 10,000 feet. KLM 165, flight Munich Center, continue as planned.
Now, interestingly enough, so we're still under Munich Center. I'm surprised we haven't bumped over to... Alright, thank you, KTM. I get it. You guys are big fans. You don't have to call me sir, okay? Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream. Thank you. Oh, so yeah, I'm surprised we haven't been handed off to a different center, as we're 40 nautical miles from Stuttgart. Now we will kind of turn away from Stuttgart a bit as we go into our approach leg coming up soon.
Kenya 100 contact center on 127.6. Good day.
I don't think Munich Center reached out this far.
127.6 for Kenya 100.
Froggy 237 contact center on 127.6.
There we go.
Good day.
127.6 for Froggy 237. Center Froggy 237 is at 11,900 feet, descending 10,000 feet.
Froggy 237, center altimeter 29.902, continue to LEPSO as planned.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. We are 10,000. Let's see if we get another reduction from the from Frankfurt. Frankfurt's airspace extends pretty darn far. Did not expect that. I would have thought we would have been contacting Stuttgart.
Froggy 237, contact Leggett approach on 119.2.
There we go.
Good day.
Going to 119.2 Froggy 237. Langen approach Froggy 237 10,000 feet.
Froggy 237 Langen approach altimeter 29.902, continue to Lipso as planned.
All right. Times like this, I wish I could play some music or something in the background, but I can't. Otherwise, we get in trouble for copyright violations. Captain Knocker. Huh. I have a viewer on Twitch. Thank you for joining. Feldhausen. Huh. What else we got over there? Harthausen Bay Feldhausen. Harthausen by Feldhausen? I guess that's what that means. Alright, so you will see here we flew over the other part of the track for our approach into Stuttgart. So we are going to start making this left-hander here pretty soon.
Froggy 237, you are 28 miles south. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 25 approach via Arctic transition. Clear to Arctic.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. I like it.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 25 approach via Arctic transition. Cleared to Arctic Froggy 237.
Got a little bit off track there.
Froggy 237, contact center on 127.6. Good day.
Well, that was Langdon radar.
Going to 127.6 Froggy 237.
That's going to be
Center
Frankfurt
Froggy
Center
237 10,000 feet.
Froggy 237, center altimeter 29.902, continue to Arcet as planned.
So we should track again to the left coming up. Arcet is that marker should be right there. Kind of turn. There we go. Making those small adjustments as we turn onto the track to get towards Arcet. Matter of fact, as we come around here, it should start coming up on the screen there. So we did turn a little bit away from Stuttgart as we line up for our approach. Plenty of time to get there. We still have quite a bit distance it seems to cover, but that 30-something miles. So we're going to go past the airport, make some lefts, and then line up on the ILS approach. There is a marker already off in the distance there. We still haven't quite gotten to RSIP just yet, but we should be getting close. We won't see it right around the aircraft there. But our next marker's already showing for us. Logo lights back on. We can. Oh, I totally didn't turn off the stuff. So we've got a little bit warmer air now at 10,000 feet. Should be. Let's see what the yeah. We won't have to really worry about the ice there now. Alright, so there's RSIP finally.
237 contact Leggett approach on 119.2. Good day. KLM 160 contact Munich Center on 120.65. Good day.
Alright, DS520 is our next one.
Langen approach Froggy 23710,000 feet.
Froggy 237 Langen approach altimeter 29.9 continue to DS520 as planned.
I have to say, this has probably been one of the quietest streams I've done in a while. Chat has been ridiculously quiet for the most part, except for Babu and KTM. Everybody made a liar out of me. I thought for sure by now there would have been a spike in chat. Guess not. Oh well. Just never know. track a little bit to the right, looks like. ES522. There's the airport. Our runway is at that edge of the airfield, right off the left wingtip there. We should start. I think after this one, we should start to see some more reductions in altitude. We'll find out momentarily. This part, the way it was presented on when I made the flight plan, it was straight. It was almost like a box in a way, or a rectangle. It's kind of stretched out. So should be another point here after this one, and then as we start to line up, it may veer a little bit more towards the right, and then we may cut around and then come in for our ILS approach. Let's see if we get some correct altitude reductions as we line up for our approach. I don't want this to be we have to drop thousands of feet in a short amount of distance and time, which I'm afraid is what very well may happen. I don't know. We'll see once we get past here, because I think if we fly out a little bit more, then we'll have time to drop altitudes. Yep, another track to the right there. Still at 10,000 feet. That's kind of odd. I would have thought by now we would have been down to at least maybe 6,000 or so by now, or maybe even lower. But I'm guessing they keep the aircraft at this height for as long as possible because it's a populated area and whatnot. They don't want people to feel like their houses are being buzzed by planes. So let's see what we got here. We're on our way to DS523 right there, and then there'll be another. Looks like we stay on this track for a little while longer, but that should give us that wide sort of nice easy turn around into and line up for Stuttgart. Stoffen. Luxembourg. I've already forgotten my German language stuff, correct pronunciations and such. Reichenbach unter Reichenberg. Reichenbach unter Reichenberg. So that is Reichenbach under Reichenberg. So that's the lower town, maybe? So where's Reichenberg? Small field there, Donsdorf.
Foggy 237 descent and maintain 8,000 feet.
You got it.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Foggy 237 descent and maintain 6,000.
There we go. Now we're starting to get our...
Descend and maintain 6,500 feet,
Well, that
Froggy
is
237.
quite interesting. It is... We've had to get... It's kind of done it on its own. We haven't had to make the decisions for ourselves. That's quite good. Airspeed. Try to get down to 6,500 here. As quickly as we can, just so that we have more time to make any more adjustments as necessary. So we should go down to 4,000 feet, I think, is our next expected altitude. I'm glad we got down to 6,500, or pretty close to it, fairly quickly.
Foggy 237 descent and maintain 5,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,500 feet, Froggy 237.
Alright, I think we should start. We still got 21 nautical miles to go, so we got a little bit more to go. We'll throw down some flaps and start slowing down and get the, in fact, what we can do, throw on the landing lights. Preparation.
237 descent and maintain 4,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,500 feet, Froggy 237.
All right. I think we're going to wrap this up as soon as we get on the ground and park here in Stuttgart. We appreciate everybody coming in today. Back tomorrow morning on Microsoft Flight Sim. We are not doing any train sim tomorrow. We're doing 2 flights, one from Frankfurt to Milan, and then we will plot out our flight from somewhere near Monza to Arnage, France, near the 24-hour Le Mans track.
Froggy 237 descent and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Froggy 237.
This has been a way quieter than I expected flight. So, anyways, it is what it is. Gear down, we got 13 nautical miles left. Go ahead and throw on the approach mode, so that it should lock in. I think as we get past Unser, maybe there will be one more marker. At least we've got that all set to go, so that it should lock in our...
237, you are 12 miles east of Stuttgart. Contact tower on 119.05 when inbound.
We are inbound, so
Tower
we might
on
as well
119
contact them now.
05 Froggy 237. Tower Froggy 237 11 miles east inbound ILS runway 25 approach.
Froggy 237 Tower. Altimeter 29.9 2 and 269 at 3. Cleared ILS runway 25 approach.
There we go.
Cleared ILS runway 25 approach, Froggy 237.
That's kind of odd that it went off track there. That is off. Now we're going back on, I think. It's like it's going too far to the right now. Earlier on, like a week or so ago, it was tracking to the left. So I don't know why now all of a sudden we are tracking way off to the right. That is way off track. Alright, I'm going to have to fire autopilot now. And the flight director... Yeah, that is we are way off track there. I am not sure what has happened. That's the second time, basically, that the... Wow, that really shot right up. Alright, we're going to have to kind of fly this in ourselves, I think. I don't reckon it's going to fix itself. If I put the approach mode back on... Nope, I don't think it's going to take the
29er at tree. Cleared to land runway 25.
Cleared to land runway 25.
All right, I wonder if it's because I threw on the approach mode a little too early and it got confused. Let's see if it goes green now as we go over the marker here. All right, it's saying it's got the localizer locked in. Hear the audible warning. If I throw on autopilot, will it? Yeah, it takes it right off. Wow. It takes it right off track. Okay. Well, we are going to just stay right where we're at. We're going to fly this in ourselves. Let's turn off the approach mode. Wow, that is nuts. It goes way off base there. Yep, the ILS is goofed up now. Okay, well, lesson learned there. So when we fly tomorrow, we're gonna have to keep an eye out on that as well. Somehow now the approach mode is goofed up and takes plane way off track there. That's okay. At least we got here. we can land this thing. We've done it before. Lot of lift. All right, got the engines off. We should just kind of have a nice plenty of runway.
Froggy 237, turn next taxiway.
Yep. All right. There we are. Welcome to Stuttgart, everybody. Wasn't too bad of a landing.
Froggy 237, exit runway when able.
Yep, will do. Don't think I want to go there because that seems like that drops off. I don't know that that's supposed to be like that. I don't think I want to steer a plane down that hill and then back up. That doesn't seem right. It seems kind of a broken airfield. Yeah, it's like it just there's like a ditch there or something.
237, turn next taxiway.
Yep, will do. I can assure you I will. Alright, so all that's off. Yeah, it's weird because it seemed before we were getting our ILS approaches were lining up just slightly to the left, and now they are lining up really in a crazy sort of way to the right.
237, turn next taxiway.
This taxiway looks a bit off as well. Oh, maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. Seems with the update, this airport might have some issues.
Froggy 237, contact ground on 118.6.
118.6 Froggy 237. Ground Froggy 237, request taxi to parking.
Froggy 237, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Foxtrot.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Foxtrot Froggy 237.
There's our parking spot right over there. Not too far of a taxi to get there. Wow, look at that. That's weird. Have that drop down like that. Very strange. And then back up again. Something is not right with this airport. That is for sure. I gotta stop this thing again because for whatever reason it's like the throttle gets stuck a little bit and it goes quicker than, it's like it has a mind of its own sometimes. I feel like it's when I stop and put the reverse thruster on, then it kind of clears itself out. Alright, well, I'm going to park this thing and then wrap this up. Just over an hour long. That flight was a little bit longer than I anticipated, quite honestly. I'm not sure why it turned out that way, but type of the Beechcraft fleet. Well, this is kind of weird. Alright, we're going to go around here and then we're going to pull into our parking spot there. It's not the correct way. To enter. I think I need to. Alright, we're going to have to swing back around here because apparently I missed the turn. And it's saying we got to our parking spot, but we have not. Quite obviously. Very weird. Something's happened to the airport with the update. Oh my goodness. What in the bloody blue blazes is going on here? Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's stop the engines. Yeah, something's wrong with this here. Alright, well. Alright, let's get the... Alright, there we go. Alright, an hour or two for the flight time. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. I will see you all tomorrow morning on Flight Sim. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Peace, live long, and prosper.